So I use Kagan structures. That's how the kids are grouped at their tables. Don't do it just based on academics. I also have my little stinkers strategically placed with, who everyone's gonna work well with. So if I have a quieter kiddo, I'm gonna make sure that I put them at a table with someone who's gonna be able to draw language out of them. If I have a friend that struggles a little bit more and needs more help, I'm gonna make sure that there is a very helpful person. So I kind of look at their personalities, and then I also look at their skill set. So I make sure every table's got a child who's a really strong reader, so that that's not a hindrance for a group. And then we talk a lot about holding each other accountable, working together, synergizing. So there's a lot that goes into it. We start slow so that we can speed up and go faster later. At the beginning of the year, they may not even get through one of the explore problems. We're just talking about working together. Even like before this lesson today, I had to talk to him about what were our hindrances last time, because there was some arguing and disagreeing, and so they didn't get done with as much. So it's just a constant conversation of being patient with one another. We do not lose any time with transitions, and in my slides I have the minutes. Beginning of the year, we spend a lot of time with challenges, so I'll time how long it takes them to do things, just simple things that will eat up 10 minutes before you even realize it, that they can do in 1 minute. And so we do a lot of race the timer, beat the timer, practice and practice and practice, and then they become little pros at it. So we talk about time, we talk about how important it is. I have a table captain, and their job is to check everybody's desk at the end of the day and call friends off the carpet during our story time if their desk isn't tidy. They have work trackers that we use so they know what assignments are due throughout the week and what's going to be graded. So we talk about big rocks and small rocks, and that our graded assignments are all of our learning's important, but you really have to make sure you turn in those graded assignments. Like, we're just like this.
I love it.
When you're prepared, you get that time back. You really, really do. It's a lot of time on the front end, the beginning of the year. It's a lot of time and going slower and not feeling the pressure to get everything done academically. I'll go through and pull out the salient things, like I've got to do this and I've got to do this, and then I set a timeline, like stations. I just roll it out super slow. What do I know that they can do? And then it's kind of like a train, right? It takes off real slow, but then once it gets going, it doesn't stop. And then you see them really take off. About October, I'm freaking out, thinking they're not making progress. I'm not getting them where they need to be. And then we come back and it's amazing. It's a party. A long time ago, I had a professor who said every behavior is a communicative attempt. So I always view challenging behavior, any behavior, through that lens. And you can't take away a behavior without replacing it, or that kid's gonna find something that you might not like as much as the first one, right? And so I really try to look at why is a kid doing what they're doing? What purpose is their behavior serving them? And then figuring out what I can do to help them achieve what they want in a more desirable way. So that's how I address challenging behavior, and it works for most students, right? Not all, but most. Champs, I live by champs. We have champs for everything, so that the kids know what they need to do to be successful. The majority of the students sitting in my classroom want to be successful. They just want to please me. Sometimes they just don't know how, right? And so champs helps with that. The beginning of the year is all functional routines. And I guess that's the PPCD teacher coming out in me. Everything is a routine and is taught the first 10 days of school, or the first days of school. Data, data, data. That really, it sounds cold, but the data helps me stay focused. And so I am constantly combing through data. I progress monitor like a fiend, because I want to know where these kids are, and they know where they're at. We have goal binders, they're tracking their data. They want to know if their fluency is going up. They color in their cupcakes for their math facts. So they're looking at data along with me, and it means something to them. And then I know what to work on with these kids. So I look at M class. I'm constantly looking at their writing and using the writing rubric. So, I know if I need to work on organization, or if I need to work on spelling, or punctuation, whatever it is, and sitting with the kids and talking with the kids. I always tell my student teachers and my interns to remember their why.
What's your why?
My why is to be the second grade teacher that I needed.